What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 22 of the Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode. As you guys remember, last episode, if you didn't watch it, make sure you go watch it. But if you guys want a little bit of a recap, we had a great start. We started off, it was like 10 or 11-1 or something like that. It was an absolute crazy start as an organization too. That wasn't just, the NHL. Both of our teams were doing very well off the start of the regular season. But hey, we're back here. We sit on top of, is it the league? No, we sit on top of our division. 39 points right now. 19-6-1 is the record. Duchesne's leading the way. And we're in a good spot. But we change up some lines. And so it's going to look a little bit different in the lineup than usual. I figured we probably should shake some stuff up, see if we can get some different guys going, and some guys that usually perform aren't performing. So we got to try to get those guys kind of in the mix. So we have a new first line. I decided to take Kane off of it, although he is doing well. He's got 21 points, 26 games. Solania is doing just that much better. He's point per game right now. And I know I said I didn't want to take Kane off the first line, but like I said, we got to give, the guys that are deserving it a shot. And then also, Strome, I'm going to keep him on the first line for right now because I want to see how that top line is with Strome in the middle there, with Koivu there as well. So I do want to check that out. But, Duchesne is doing better than him right now, and it's really hard not to put him on the first line. But I kind of want to, like I said, I want to check out that first line, see how it does. At the end of the episode, if Duchesne's still doing better, we might swap him to the first line and kind of see how, that line works. Even though that was our second line, basically, to start the season. But, yeah, other than that, all the lineups remained the same. I is trying something out on defense. We're going to put Keith on the first line with Boquist, just to kind of get the guy that doesn't really put up points but plays good defensively with the offensive phenom that is Adam Boquist. And then our second line is now Fowler and Severson, defensive with kind of more of a point getter. They're going to be on the same line. And then Ulevi down there with Yaros. Hopefully that line can kind of balance out them. Obviously, same goaltenders. And then lineups in the AHL have changed due to how they are performing down there. But we're at the start of December. Well, a little bit after the start, that is December 5th. We already did all the scouting and everything that we needed to do that we're going to be focusing on this year to try to get the most accurate, draft picks as possible. But without further ado, let's go a month here. So we're at the 5th. Let's go right up to the 4th, I guess, before that Florida game and kind of see how our would be mid-season? I guess it would be mid-season. Would kind of shape up for the rest of the year. But all right, what are we saying here? So we started on the 5th. So we got a loss versus Edmonton, win versus San Jose, and Vancouver. So that's good. We're getting a couple of key wins against some Western Conference teams. Boston's doing real well. They have a better record than us, interesting. So they might be on the top of the league. But we're, 32 games into the season? I think that math comes out to be. So we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot right now. If we can just kind of maintain our success right now, and we don't have to change up really anything, we don't have to get anything crazy. The only thing I really, could upgrade is our defense. Obviously the spot with Keith, if we can get someone, mid-80s overall. If not, obviously a superstar. I'd love that. But, obviously upgrading that spot would be huge. Even if we could upgrade Yaros, that'd be a huge spot to add to. And then I'm happy with our goaltenders right now. We got two guys down the AHL. They're both playing well. So I'm happy with our depth there. We'll just have to get a sixth goalie once the trade deadline comes around. Like I said, overall, right now, I'm happy with our team. Obviously, you look at the record, 28-9-1 is an absolutely fantastic record. Let's go take a quick peek at the, stats. All right, I think this makes our decision for us. Duchesne's got to go on the first line, right? Like, he's just playing too well to not be on the first line. So let's kind of check here. So Strome, he's at 32 points. So he's still doing very, very well. He's also listed as a first line. I guess so is Duchesne. But I got to. I have to. Solani, he's at 36 points. So that's still really solid. What's Kane at? Kane actually dropped it overall. But then he's got 39 points there. So, interesting. So, do we want to throw a different look at it? Maybe. I mean, we're doing well right now, so I just want to reward him. But Koivu's doing well. He's actually put up more assists now, which is good because he had, what, like 14 goals and like 9 assists or something like that. So, he's kind of balancing out his game right now. He's also listed as a first or a second line forward, which is kind of interesting. All right, so our top nine's doing great right now. I have no complaints about that. Kane is finding his way on the new second line here. Our third line, good defensively, putting up some points. Happy with that. 24 points out of Brandon Saad. I was almost going to say it, but that's great to see. And then our fourth line, as long as they're putting up a little bit of points and going plus in the plus-minus department, I'm happy with that. Defense, how is Keith doing? So we got a couple points, it looks like, maintain the plus-minus there. I don't think Fowler got any more points. Ulevi, I think, got a couple more points. Yaros, I think, got a couple more points. I think Severson got a couple more points. And Boquist got a couple more points. So, all right. So we put Fowler down there to kind of get his offense going. But for right now, it doesn't look like he's on the right track there on the second line. But our goaltenders are still playing real well. So let's keep it going. We've kind of maintained our success so far. Let's keep it going. Let's go another month here and kind of see what's happening and kind of plan out for the rest of the year. So we're at the 4th now. I think we started on the 5th, so we're going to go up to the 6th right before that Ottawa game and after a couple of games. And then we'll kind of plan out the rest of the year and see where we can improve, what we're looking at for the playoffs, where we're at in standings, all that fun stuff. Rockford down there, still holding strong, 23, 10, and 4 down there, so 23 and 14 overall. Up in the NHL, Chicago doing well, 30, 10, and 2, so 30 and 12, I guess, overall. I don't mind this. Obviously, we actually had a great start to the year. We've maintained that success. Obviously, we slowed down a little bit because you're not gonna only lose one game a year. Like the league the way it is now is just gonna be absolutely crazy. Regardless of what team you have and however many 85 overalls or 90 overalls you have, you're still bound to lose some games. But I can't complain about this one. I just want to keep the success going, keep it rolling, and on this rate, we'll probably hit 50 wins. I think we could still hit 60, I believe. Actually, we could hit... No, we couldn't. I was going to say we could hit 70, but that's if we win every single game. But I'd say 50 plus would be kind of the number we're looking for right now. If we get 60, that'd be great. But, it's going to be a tough task. But all right, so we're sitting very strong. Both teams, Chicago and Rockford, sitting in a great spot overall. Let's go take a look. So we're top of the leaderboard right there. So 76 points is the top right now. And it looks like it's a 2-horse race between Chicago and Boston. Both of us are kind of sitting there. No one else is really right on the edge. I mean, Buffalo, I guess, is the next closest at 70 points. But it looks like the top two, like I said, Chicago, Boston. But we'll take a more, in-depth look after we take a look at the player stats. But continuing his success, Matt Duchene, second line forward, turned first line. It's great. So this is interesting. So our top 3-point getters is the line I tried in the preseason after I tried Strome there. That's very interesting to see. Duchene leading the way. It's great to see that. Doesn't have any really game-winning goals, but it looks like he's putting up, whatever he's doing is working. So we got Kane on this, I guess now on the first line, I believe. No, do we move him back up to the first line? I don't remember, but we'll have to probably throw him back on the first line with Duchene maybe. And then Solani's doing well, DeBrincak's doing well, Strome's doing well. Our entire top 6 is doing so good right now. And finally, Koivu, he finally stopped fighting as much. He had like 30 fights last year, something crazy. But power play stats seem to be going real well down there. Saad, 34 points. Our entire third line, very good. I'm happy with that. If they can put up 20, 30 points a year on top of our top 6, that'd be kind of exactly what I want from them. Everyone's playing great right now. Jenner's got 4 game-winning goals. So the other thing I have to mention is we have a couple of contracts coming up in the offseason here of some of our good young forwards in the likes of Solani and Koivu as the two most notable ones. So they're obviously going to want big contracts. I did already look. Solani wants like $12 or $13 million, and then Koivu actually wants a really good contract that I'm probably going to offer him probably in between this episode and next. And then we'll find out if they accept it in the next episode. But then Solani, if we can get him to something more reasonable, I would like that. But his overall, obviously, he's going to want a ton of money. But Koivu, I think, wanted around like a 6-year deal at like 6.5 mil. But, if we jumped it up to 8 years, he wants similar money. So it'd be like a $6.5 million deal. So most likely, if we can lock him up to that, I'd be happy. Obviously, 89 overall right now, and he's still got room to grow. Same thing with Solana. He's on a big contract, but hopefully he earns that. And also this year, Kane and Taves, their contracts are up. But obviously, we're going to try to keep them, but hopefully at a lower cost, because $10.5 million for Taves as a third liner, and Kane now is back up on the first line. But can't be spending that much money on, I don't want to say depth players, but on, not first-line players. But our defense, Adam Boquist, still leading the way. Great to see 8 points on the power play, 4 power play goals. Fowler's still up there. I wish he would have a little bit more points into the 20s, but we have a really good, obviously, solid team, around him, so he doesn't have to do that performance. But everyone, also, plus minus, or that's not plus minus is over here. But plus minus is great. It's great to see. We're just playing good defensively, we're playing good offensively, and our goaltenders are playing well on top of that. So that's great. Let's check out the, overall standings, kind of see, where we fall in terms of our special teams and all that fun stuff. So not the Metro, let's go to the entire league. Like I said before, though, it was kind of a two-horse race at the top of the standings right now. It is us and Boston. We've actually played one less game than them, which is good because we have that kind of one game that we could go up by those couple of points. But similar numbers across the board. Let's start out with goals for. So we're number 1. So that's great to see. But goals for, we're on top by 2 right now. Goals against. We are number 4 overall, so we could be better. Somehow, okay, well, that's a UI bug. But Carolina, number 1 overall, 111 goals against. They're playing good defensively. You might have to, they're actually doing well, so it's not like I can go take anyone from them. But maybe a team like Washington or Arizona or Pittsburgh that are kind of that mid-table, or maybe even, if we want to jump right to the bottom there, we could possibly grab some more defensive help. But on the power play, we should be one of the top ones. Yep, there it is, top 5. So we're within a few goals of the top. I'm fine with that. As long as we have a pretty good power play, that's the goal. Chicago, oh my gosh, 28.2% on the power play. By far the best power play in the league. Penalty kill percentage, 80.7. So that's something we could definitely improve on. I don't know if it's, our strategies, if it's the actual personnel that's on there, because we have like Taves, McLeod, I think Sammy Koivu's on there, along with one other person I don't remember. But, okay, so we'll have to take a look at that, see if we can change up personnel or change up strategies or something to kind of help that out. We got 4 shorthanded goals this year already, and then similar records as last time, to home and away in the last 10. 19-7-0 at home, 18-6-2 away, 7-3 in the last 10. So that's absolutely great to see. Obviously, we're in a very, very good spot, number 1 overall. We're going to look to continue that success in the next episode, as we're going to wind this one down here. Like I said, we're going to try to look for some defensive help, maybe some key piece to kind of add to our penalty kill, and that's where we're going to kind of be looking. Plus, some contracts that need extensions. Like I said, in the next episode, I'll probably reveal what they were, because as you see, if you might go to all expiring, we have a bunch of contracts that guys like Clutterbuck or Confer, I'm not going to worry too much about. but more of the guys of basically above levy here I'm going to kind of focus on. So, you know, we got some work to do, especially with contract negotiations. They're always a tough thing because if they get mad, then, you know, obviously we don't want them to be mad. So, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here, though. Like I said, we got some work to do, you know, behind the scenes, more scouting to do, contract negotiations. Going to try to look for, you know, some other pieces to try to add to our team. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up here. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.